I'm going to throw out a phrase here that people are going to say, what in the world are you talking about? The Euthyphro dilemma. For students, however, everybody knows about this because this is a false dilemma that college professors, university professors bring up all the time. It is kind of poisoning the well, if you will. Is something good because the gods will it, or do the gods will it because it is good? And this throws a lot of Christian students when they go to universities for a loop.
Yeah, it shouldn't, because it's a false dilemma, as you just said, Hank. See, a true dilemma is A or non-A. But a false dilemma is A or B. Like, maybe there's a C out there, right? Because A or non-A is a true dilemma, but A, B, maybe there's a C, D, E. Maybe there's other options here. Well, it turns out there are other options, at least one other option. God doesn't look at a standard beyond him and say, oh, that's good, well, I'm going to do that. Then he wouldn't be God. The standard above him would be God. God doesn't invent morality. He doesn't come up and say, well, I'm going to call murder bad today, and tomorrow I'll call rape bad or rape good or whatever. He doesn't arbitrarily make things up. God is the standard. There's not a standard beyond him. He's not arbitrary. He is the standard. You see, that's the third option that the Euthyphro dilemma people never give you. The third option is God is the standard. See, the buck has to stop somewhere. It stops with God's nature. God is the standard of goodness, and any deviation from that is what we would call evil.
And when we talk about morality, ethics and morals, unfortunately, in our culture are no longer a function of objective standards, but tragically based on the size and the scope of the latest lobby group.
Yeah, but here's the problem, Hank. Atheists are stealing from God whenever they say they have certain rights. I mean, I hear this all the time in the public square. You've got atheists out there, like arguing for abortion rights, or they're arguing for same-sex marriage, or they're arguing for government-funded health care, or whatever they're arguing for. And yet, if there is no God, there's no right to anything. Everything's a matter of opinion. It's just your opinion against some other person's opinion. If there's no standard beyond humanity, which is an authoritative standard that establishes what good is and what right is, how do human beings have rights? We don't. We're just maybe an evolved creature here that has no moral value than anything else. There's no ultimate good. There's no ultimate bad. Everything ultimately ends in heat death, and we go into the ground and become worm food. There's no right or wrong if there is no God. So ironically, when atheists in the public square are arguing for rights, they're stealing the authority for rights from God while arguing he doesn't exist.